Hey, dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration. And you see already on my table I have everything I need, my tumbling tile blocks, my container with everything I need for DIYing. These are pencils, markers, brushes, some tools, of course my wood glue and my Mod Podge and some twine, and of course we use also today wood filler. And of course some paint at your choice, some saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue. These are the main things we need for this DIY. What we're going to make, we are going to make a topiary. And of course with a twist, so we will see how this will turn out. We are going to start with the bottom of the topiary. Of course we are going to do 5 blocks. And again another 5 blocks. Oh, you see already I have too much already. So we are going to do some glue on the longest side of the blocks, and we place them immediately against each other so the glue is not running out. Number 5 is the closure up. This is number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4, and we're going to squeeze it and press it together. And we could do here the same, squeeze it and press it together. Like I always say, you can use your metal square or hook for making a straight line. I don't use that, but of course you can do anything you like. So I already have one bottom, but we have 2 topiaries, so we're going to do 5 again, and here also 5. We do some glue also on this one, and this is so easy to make. And you can, a topiary, this will be a topi you can use for all year round. That's always better if you have it for one season. You can use it for every season because the blocks are of course not really expensive, at least if you can find the cheaper blocks. But not everyone has of course a Dollar Tree. I have them from a website here in the Netherlands. But the smaller blocks are very difficult here in the Netherlands to find. The bigger blocks were easy, but also they are not easy to find anymore. So I always order them online. But we pay $2.99 for one package, and you pay for more in a package, only $1.25 if you have a Dollar Tree. So that's a little bit better than we have. So we're going to place them over here, so you don't have to make 2 topiaries. Maybe you like only 1. And this topiary will be of course in my favorite color, but you can glam it up in any color you like. Maybe you like more gold or silver. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying. Now we're going to place one on the side, and we do some glue over here in the middle. We place them against each other this way. We do here the same, do some glue in the middle. It is a possibility that the blocks break if you're going to take it up, because you only waited a couple of minutes, but don't worry, just glue it together. But now you can easily fill in the open gaps if you are, you see, you just can easily squeeze them together. And if you wait too long, then the wood glue is drying up a little bit too fast. So we already have 2 of our bottoms. What we're going to do, we're going to now make a basket out of this one. So we need 4 blocks this way, and we're going to do some glue on the side. It will be a lot of gluing on the side. And again, this is already in number 1. We do a 1 of 4 again, and this is number 2. Squeeze it, press it together, place it over here, get 4 blocks, and we're going to do this one also. We are almost there, and this is number 3, and the last for at least one of the baskets is already number 4. Place them together. And number 4 is the closure up, squeeze it. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. Of course, we are going to wipe away the glue we don't need, because or else everything is under the glue. And that's not what you want. And again, make sure, feel with your fingers and make sure that everything is in a straight line. Already the first pieces of 4 are drying over here, but of course we have a second topiary. We're going to do the same. We're going to place them together. Oh, you see already, I don't have a little bit too less glue, and in my case that's really really unique, because most of the time I have too much glue. And this is 1, number 2, and number 3. 4 is the closure up, and the last one already. And like I said, if I make 2 topiaries, you can make 1, but you also can go for a lot more. So you can choose your own a number you want to have for in your home. Maybe you have a big home, then you can maybe use a lot of topiaries. So I'm going to squeeze it. We're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So we're going to get 4 of our blocks. What we're going to do, we're going to make a square out of it. So we do some glue on the sides. Be careful, because it is still not totally dry yet, but it doesn't matter. You can easily glue it together. So we're going to place this one over here, and now we're going to do the last one. We do on this side, and we do on the inside, but at the ending over here. And if everything is correctly, you can easily fill in, and you have a nice square. Of course, I have to turn it a little to give it some pressure, and this give it from all sides, and then redo it. Make sure that you have a nice square, that not everything is crooked. So we're going to leave it this way and going to let this dry in. You see, it's a nice square. We're going to do here the same. Do a little bit of glue over here. We place this one against here. We do some glue on this one, and we place it on the inside. And this one we do again on the top and on the inside. I do a little bit more, and we're going to place it over here. And if everything is correctly, everything can fit nicely together. And be sure before you're going to squeeze it that you already have it in the position you want to have it. Give it a little bit of pressure, and then make sure that it is a nice square. We're going to let this dry, and then we're going to remove the glue. So in the meantime, while the bottoms and of course our little squares are drying, we're going to get 4 blocks again. What we're going to do, we could do the same with this, like this one, only we do it with 1 block. So you do some glue on the side, you place this one against each other, squeeze it, you take another one, you do again on the side, you place this one on the inside over here, and this one you do some glue on the top side and on the inside, and then you can easily place it in, and you can make a nice cute little square. Be sure, and this is how he's looking like, and it's so easy to make. And this will be the middle of the stand. Of course, we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. Oh, you see already I wipe a little too hard and he's already falling apart, but you can easily place it in again. So again, be sure that you squeeze it real nice. So this is already 1. We're going to get another one of 4, and I show you also this one, and then I do the rest a little faster. This block has a little piece off, so but we're going to work with it because we don't throw blocks away. It's always, I think it's always a very here in the Netherlands we say zonde if you throw things away. So we're going to do some over here, and we're going to place this one against here. I'm going to squeeze it again, and we're going to place it aside. I need 4 extra because I need for every first start of the topiary I need 3, so 3 here and 3 over here. So we have our 3 pieces over here like this. So we have 3 here and 3 over here. We're going to get one of the bottoms. We're going to do some glue on the underside, but try to do it on the inside. So when the glue is falling, it's falling on the inside, at least so much as we can. We're going to place it over here. Make sure that you have it in the middle as much as you can, then give it some pressure. And this is already one. We'll let this dry in for a little moment. We're going to get bottom number 2, turn it over, do some glue on the inside, over here and over here. And we're going to place it again in the middle. And we're going to give it some pressure from above, so everything can really settle in. This is already one. We're going to get our 3 piece and we're going to lay them down. Of course, you can do them in the same length, that I mean like this. So you have them all here, the smaller one, here the bigger one. But you can also turn them around and do them differently. So do this one. I am going to do this way, but you can do anything you like. So I'm going to do some in the middle. I do here in the middle. And we're going to place them together. Very easy. Squeeze them. And over here, give it some pressure. And turn it around every time so you can easily make a nice piece out of it. This is one. We're going to place this one also down over here, and we're going to do some glue in the middle again and here. And we're going to give this also not too much pressure, because you know it is still not totally dried up yet. And we're going to give it again, do it on the side, give it also over here. And we're going to give it at least I think a half hour rest. In the meantime, while I was waiting for drying, I thought it is a little bit too high. If I place them over here and then the other piece, it will be much too high for a topiary. So I'm going to easily break off one of the pieces because it is still not dry. So because you didn't make the DIY yet, so you can do it in one time. You need pieces of 2. We're going to get our piece of towel and we're going to wipe away the glue and we're going to let it easily dry in, I think, or else he will be too high. If you like high, it's totally fine, but there are coming pieces more and more on top. So I think then I'm going to do something different. Then I'm going to glue both of these pieces together, and now I already have the second for the other one. So I'm going to keep this one, lay it apart over here, and we're going to keep it this way. So we have now the 2 little baskets. We have the 2 pieces of 2. And now we are going to make a little basket again to place it in between. But first we are going to glue this one. We do some glue on the underside over here. And we're going to place this one in the middle over here. Give it a little pressure. We do here the same. Do some glue in the middle. And we're going to place this one also over here. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So for the first layer we will place in between, we're going to place this one aside. We're going to do 3 blocks of 3 pieces of 3. And we're going to do 2 pieces of 4. And then we have already all we need for the first little layer in between. And we're also going to do this the same. Some glue on the sides, place them together. And over here, number 3 and number 4 as the closure up. And here, number 2. And again, I try to do it as fast as I can. For everyone who doesn't like to see me counting, number 3, and the last is number 4, the closure up. Squeeze it, and we're going to squeeze this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying, and I'm going to do the second one. So you see already, now we have one for one topiary, and we have 3 pieces of 3 and 2 pieces of 4 for the other topiary. What we're going to do, we're going to use 1 as a bottom. We're going to place 2 against over here, and we fill it up with this one. So it is very easy. We're just going to do some glue on this side, on all 4 sides, from 1 of 3. And over here, and over here. And of course there will be some glue which is going down, but it doesn't matter. Of course we need some glue on the sides over here, and we place it against here. We do this over here. I have to look for that I have it in a straight line. I don't know if I have now the right side. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's okay, fine. And I'm going to do it on this side and on this side. And we're going to place it over here. We're going to fill it up with this one, the 1 of 4, and the other 1 of 4 will be over here. And we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and make sure that we get it as fitting as best as we can, because it's not really totally fitting. He has a little left over here and a little over here, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to work with it. And we're going to use some wood filler so we will work it away later. So you get now a nice cute little container. You see, he has a little over here and here. So this is already a number 1. We're going to go for a number 2. So we're going to do again some glue on all sides of a piece of 3. And over here and over here. We're going to place it down. We're going to do some on the sides from the other 1 of 3, place it over here. We do some glue over here and on this side, and we place this one also over here. We fill it up with number 1 and we fill it up with block number 2, and we're going to squeeze it and make sure that we have at least the 3 pieces of 4 in the middle. And this way, and we're going to let this dry in. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying again, we are going to make one of these squares again. But of course I have already 2 for 1 because we broke off pieces, so we need 2 over here. And now we're going to make the other one. So we need 4 blocks and of course 4 blocks over here. And we're going to do the same, some glue on the sides again. We're going to glue this one. We do on this side again. And we're going to place this over here. And the other, the closure up is over here. And on this side. And we're going to turn it around because it has to be fitting this way. And we're going to squeeze it and give it some pressure until it is a nice square. This is already a 1. We're going to do the other one. And I only have to do, and if of course if you don't have them, so you have 2 for over here, you have 2 for inside of this one, and the other one we already glued inside. So we already have 1 stage. So, and again some over here and on the inside. And we place it here, and we're going to give it some pressure again. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying. So now we're going to do in the one of the pieces, we're going to do in the inside again some glue, and we're going to place them together again. And this way, give it a little bit of pressure. We're going to place it this way and so go around and give on each side some pressure to be sure that you have it nicely glued together. And now you see we have 2 pieces, and we're going to glue them inside of here. So we do some glue on the underside over here, and we're going to place it in the middle. We do here the same. We glue it in the middle again, And we're going to let this dry also. So we place them on over here. Now I did lay on my table again 3 pieces of 3 again, and of course 3 pieces of 4, because we are going to make the last little basket, little, yeah, how you call it, box. Sometimes it's difficult because we here in the net have so different words for most of your things. So we call it box, but box we also write it different. So, but if you're liking to know a little bit how we are speaking our words, I have every day at 5 p.m. we have the Dutch word of the day on all our DIY channels. So if you like to see which words we use and which words you use, you can see it on the Dutch word of the day every day at 5 p.m. On the community post. We place the Dutch word of the day, and I am having so much fun doing the Dutch word. I like making the little pictures for it, so I hope you enjoy it too. So I let this dry in, and I'm going to make also the pieces for the second box again. So we already have again 2 of the baskets on the table. We do 1 with totally glue of 3, and we're going to place them down. We're going to do this one on the side, the other one of 3. We're going to place it over here. Of course I have to do it a little different because he has to turn a little. So of course we'll end this one and this one, and we're going to place it over here. We take 1 of 3 of 4 on this side and 1 of 4 on this side, and we're going to squeeze it. I'm going to do the other one out of camera, but you see already how easy is this. So our little baskets are drying. We are going to get 2 pieces of 4 again, the same like we did here. Again, also here 4, and for the other one also 4 and 4 over here. But of course I do 1 together with you, and then it's already, I do it the rest out of camera because now you can dream it. you don't want to hear me saying it again. I totally understand, but of course I always do my best that the DIY is so easy as can be. So, but I'm going to do, you see already 1, I'm going to do the other ones also. In the meantime, while these 2 are drying and these 4 are drying, we're going to get 2 pieces of 3. That will be the start of the top of the topiary. So we're going to make a nice little square out of it. So this is 1. We're going to place them together. And the last, and we're going to squeeze this one. And we're going to let this dry also together with the rest. So what we're going to do, we're going to glue these 2 together again. So very easy. Do again some glue in the middle. Place it together. We do here the same. Of course, this one I want to have it in the other direction. And again, place them, squeeze it, try them on each side and squeeze it the same like we do over here. And we give it a couple of minutes rest. So we have our 2 little containers or boxes, and we're going to do on the other side also some glue. And we place this one again in the middle. We do here the same. And again, we're going to place this one also in the middle and give it a couple of minutes drying. So we have these 2 are just glued, so we place them over here, but we already made 2 of them. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the piece of 3 and this one. We are going to do some glue because I want to have it in the middle, so I'm going to turn it upside down. Then I can see it a little bit better. So that's why I'm going to turn it upside down in this way, and now I can easily find the middle of my square. And this is 1. I'm going to do here the same. That's why I take this one and this one, because they are still just glued together. So I'm not going to do it with this one yet. I'm going to place it upside down and place it also in the middle And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest also. There is some glue coming out, so I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to go softly around the edges, and I'm going to remove the glue because we don't want to have too much glue on the sides. And we're going to turn this one over here. So now every glue is gone, and we're going to let this dry. So these two are drying, they are upside down. Now what we're going to do, we're going to glue this one and this one on top of here, but also here I want to do some glue on the inside over here. And on this side, this is the first, you see already, this is the bigger basket. And we're going to get our piece and we're going to turn it upside down. Here at me. I'm going to turn this one upside down over here. And I'm going to turn this one also upside down. And I'm going to look for the middle over here. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure. Keep it in place for a little moment, and then we're going to let this dry in, and we could do with the other one the same. Of course I have to place it over here or else you can't see it. So I'm going to do this one, turn it over, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more glue because I think he needs a little bit more. I'm going to turn it over again. I have to look for, I have this one straight and I have this one this way, so I want to have them glued on the same way. And again, place them over here, give it some pressure and keep it in place for a little moment until it is dried in. So I did remove the glue on the sides, which is coming out. I'm going to get the top, I'm going to get the bottom, and I'm going to do it carefully. Turn it upside down and place it this way. I'm going to do here the same. I'm going to look if I am really in the middle, because now I still can remove it where I want to have it, because he needs to be in the middle. And I don't like it if it is not in the middle. At least I'm really someone who is really bothered with if it is not in the middle. So don't mind me, I'm just a little strange. So I'm going to turn it over and we're going to let this dry. And you see already we have the start of our topiaries. Now we're going to give it a couple of minutes dry. So now we get the tricky part, because we need to glue this piece on top of here. So, and we want to have it also in the middle. So it will be a little bit tricky because mine is not totally dry yet, but I'm going to take a little risk to show it to you. So I'm going to place this one over here. You see already, this is also upside down still. And I want to have it in the same direction. So I'm going to turn it upside down again, and we're going to place it in the middle, and we're going to keep it in place for a little moment, and then we're going to turn it over in one piece. But first we're going to look if we have it in the middle over here, and of course I have to turn it to be sure that I have it also on this side in the middle. Everything is in the middle. And now what we're going to do is the tricky part. You also can keep it a couple of minutes just in your hand, or leave it this way and let it dry, because you can still even let it dry this way. I think I don't even move it. I'm just going to keep it this way. So I'm going to do also on this side some glue. I have to be sure that I have this one also on this side, and I'm going to get it and I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to place this one also in the middle, and we're going to give it some pressure, and we're going to turn it over and make sure that we have it in the middle, and we don't, because he still needs to go a little bit to this side over here. And then we're going to turn it around and be sure that we have it over here. We get our brush, because you see already it's a little bit of glue coming out, and we're going to wipe it away on all sides, and of course also over here. But later you don't see it. If you forget it, it's totally fine, because we are going to do some wood filler on top of here, so we won't see it. So I'm going to let this dry in. I'm going to turn over my topiary this way. This is already one, and we're going to do this way again. So what we still need, I showed you, we need still to have a top. I'm going to go for this piece, and this is supposed to be nutcrackers, but I use them always as wooden ending pieces. But you can also do maybe something with some points on top. You can do some Easter egg on top if you're going to use as a little bit kind of a fruit topiary. You also can do some fruit on top, maybe an apple or something else. You also have these pieces you can place on top over here. But I'm going to go for the little bit of the softer ones, this one. So I'm going to glue them on top. I place you a little bit closer, so I'm going to do some glue on the underside. And I'm going to place it in the middle. At least I hope it is in the middle. I do this one over here. And then I'm going to look for the middle. But now you can see that I glue it on top. So, and everywhere where you find little wooden pieces in the Dollar Tree, in the maybe Dollar General or somewhere else, take it with you, wooden pieces, and just collect them. You always get use of it in your DIYs. So we are going to leave both of the topiaries now at rest for at least a couple of hours, and then we're going to do the wood filler. So I give it a couple of hours drying. Of course, if you want to do it correctly, you can dry it overnight. That's maybe even better. So we're going to place one aside. We're going to take this one over here, and I'm going to get my wood filler. And of course, you can use any wood filler, but I always have the cheapest brand there is. This is only 1.79 in euros, but it's similar like dollars, so this is very cheap. You also get it in kind of a buckets, if I am correctly, but here we have it in kind of tubes. What I'm going to do it very easy. I'm just going to make sure that it comes out, and I'm going to get a very simple and not too big brush. So I'm going to place it down. Where I'm going to start on the inside of this frame. So I'm just going to work my way in, just go over all the pieces of the wood. And this just like a little bit of claying. How do you do? We call it clay, and you call it, oh, I have to look it up, how you call clay in English. I'll be back in a moment. So I looked it up. You speak it out as clay. So and we say clay. So it's the same. You just get some pieces. You just get it out with your brush and go to the inside. Work your way inside to give it a little thin layer inside of your topiary. So over here, just take your time for it. It's really nice to do. I'm going to do all three of the insides, and then we go to do the next step. And you see already, this is for the inside, and it is so much fun to do. I have really, this is the most fun thing I did with DIY. This is just great. Just press everything inside and just make one big mess. It is really so much fun to do. So I have this one, and I'm going to do also the inside of the second one, and then I'm going to do the outside. But really, you have to try it, because this is really so much fun to do. So I know you will love it, and you can easily, you just hop the day, and you are just one person who loves to decorate. It is so much fun. So I'm going to do the second one also. You see already, now we did both of the pieces, the inside, and now we're just going to work easy on the outside and the middle pieces. Just go ahead and I already would say play with it, because it is really so much fun to do. So I'm going to do both of them in the wood filler, also on the outside and the underside. Of course, not the underside of where he's standing on, only the undersides of the little containers around it, because don't forget the undersides from this side also. So I'm going to go further because I am really loving it. So now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do first all the underside pieces. You see over here, just go around and fill in where you want, and do it a little bit thick, because it looks even more like it is from cement. I think you call it cement also, maybe concrete. You call it concrete. It has a little bit of an earthy tone. I hope I say it right, that I don't say something something stupid. So I'm going to go all around, first the undersides, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the other sides. both of them are completely with wood filler, so we will see how this will turn out. I let it dry and then I'm going to give it my own color. You see already both of our topiaries are dried up. I'm going to give it now my favorite color, my creamy color, and you see already how much structure he did get. And you can make it as crazy as you like. If you don't want to use so much structure, then do it a little bit lighter. I love it, and especially I hope when I have it in my head with the paint, he will be looking so much different. So I'm going to paint this in a creamy color, but you can do it in any color you like. So you see already it's one big mess on my table, but don't worry, I'm going to let this dry right now. And in the moment you see the quick impression, because you can decorate it any way you like. The openings are not really big, but you can do some small food inside. You can do some greenery inside. You know I am loving greenery, so you already know what I will do in between. But you also can just place them this way if you have them in the color you like. But I'm going to give my own twist on it. You see that in a moment, a quick impression. So, and here you see a quick impression of my tumbling towel blocks, easy and fast topiaries. And I decorated with some greenery, but like I said, you can decorate it with anything you like. Of course, I hope you took out your tumbling towel blocks too and did this DIY together with me. But if you only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching. For everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. And everyone, have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.